Hello, everybody. This is Bennyhillz back with another vintage cube draft, and this pack is quite good. Emrakul and Grizzlebrand are both really powerful cards in the right engine. They can both win the game absolutely immediately, but they're pretty hard to enable. Vryn Wingmare is very good. I'm not going to first pick it, but it is quite strong in the right deck. There's Cryptic Command, which is good. Baleful Strix is good, although being two colors isn't really ideal. You can leave the Splinter Twin, and then there's also Scalding Tarn. And honestly, any one of those would be a pretty decent first pick. Even Upheaval, actually. This is a very good pack. I think I'm just going to take the Scalding Tarn, though. I mean, we have four really good payoffs to a very specific engine that are pretty much unplayable in any other deck. And then one card that's pretty good in, like, everything. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the Tarn here. But I wouldn't fault anyone for picking any of those other things, especially if you, really like building that certain type of deck. We could have gone Vernumere and Nathalia, which is sort of funny. There's Ancient Tomb. Nothing that particularly combos with Grizzlebrand or Emrakul. I think I'm just going to take Steam Vents here. We could also go with Breeding Pool, but this just means we're very locked in with good blue-red mana. And, I mean, the fact that we're passing Splinter Twin is a little bit unfortunate because that's one of the primary things you can do in blue-red, but there's other stuff too, and also it's not impossible Splinter Twin comes around. So I think that's probably the right line. Yeah, I'll go with that. Not much for us here. Incinerate and Darkfleet Daredevil are both okay. There's no blue card that I would really take. Opposition Agent is fine. Restoration Angel is good if we do end up in Twin and we have Kiki Jiki, which is possible. It's also just decent if we end up in mono white, which could easily happen. Um, hmm. Could even take a Mana Flare or something, but I don't really think that's correct. I'm just gonna take Incinerate actually. It's not exciting at all, but this isn't a good pack. It's not like we're passing good cards and other archetypes. And this is the kind of card we might end up in mono red, and this will be good there. But we also could be a blue red control deck, and this is decent there as well. So I think we'll go with that. Ooh, well, there's a Braid, Deceiver Exarch, and Jace. I want the Deceiver Exarch the most. If somehow the twin comes around, that would be amazing. But if someone takes the twin, then I really won't want to have taken the Deceiver Exarch. So I think I should just take the Jace here. I do think Jace and the Braid, they're both good, but I do like Jace a little bit more. Gilded Lotus is good, but I'm not going to take it this early. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Jace here. There's a Seagate Stormcaller versus Crucible of Worlds. Stormcaller isn't particularly good with what we have right now, but it's good with the things we want. Like blue-red, I think it's probably better in blue-red than any other combination, and you can copy cantrips or cheap burn spells or things like that. But Crucible is just a really good card, especially if we get some of the things that it combos with. But blue-red isn't really the best Crucible of Worlds color combination. There's a couple good white cards, of course, but I'm still not going to do that yet. I think I'm just going to take the blue card. Yeah, we'll take this. All right, now we have Repeal. That's a sort of Goblin Guide. Yeah, I think I'm going to take Repeal here. All right, Grim Lavamancer, Pyroclasm. Mono White is ridiculously open. I don't really want to just take the Glen. I mean, or the Grim Lavamancer. I mean, yeah, I think what I should probably do here is just take Council Judgment, and then if one of the two white cards we'll open the door moving into mono white. I would take a Preordain or a really good card over this, but a really replacement level 1-drop that we might not even play if we do end up in blue red. I don't think that's worth cutting off the mono white plan. Okay, well yeah, I mean look at this. So we take Thraben Inspector, and now the Verdant Wingmare wheels, and if this Thalia in the next pack also wheels, then that would be unbelievably good for us. All right. I mean, this is where we're supposed to be. So, cool blue-red start, but looks like there's going to be a mono-white draft, I think. Alright, I don't mind a Parallax Wave here. If there's no white cards in any of these last couple packs, that would be bad. Okay, yeah. I mean, oh, those are both pretty good, honestly, but we're definitely taking the Giver of Runes. Yeah, we're getting really, really good late white cards. If the Spectral Procession comes around, I'll be feeling very good. Adonto Vanguard is better than Brimaz, I think, unless you have Caracas. And then I guess it still does depend on your deck a little bit, but in general, Adonto Vanguard's the stronger card just because it's cheaper. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I am so happy we made the shift. And I think our timing was good on it too. We could have gone in earlier, but I don't like going into drafts with a plan of playing mono white. Ooh. That's a bummer. I'm actually pretty sad about that. That we didn't get the Spectral Procession to come around. Okay, now we have Blade Splicer, Dismember, and Mox Diamond. I don't think we're taking the Blade Splicer. That's pretty likely to come around. Mox Diamond and Dismember are both good. Although Mox Diamond has been really, really awkward for me. Almost every deck I've played it in. Especially in this deck, like, we're very likely to only want to play like 14 or 15 lands. Yeah, I think I'm just going to take the Dismember here. I would take Crew Mox over Mox Diamond, or over Dismember, but Mox Diamond hasn't really impressed me. Unless you're playing like a heavy blue deck that's playing a high land count. Yeah, we'll go with the Dismember here. If we get both Swords and Path, I'll regret taking this Dismember so highly, but even if we only get one, I like having two good instant speed removal spells, and we might get both. And we might get none, rather. Alright, now, I'm not going to take the Banishing Light, so it's between Factory and Skyclave Apparition. I want the Apparition more, but it's a little bit more likely to wheel. But the Factory is also pretty likely to wheel. Yeah, I think I'm going to take the Apparition and then try and wheel the Factory. The thing is, Apparition is the kind of card that is quite good in Blue-Eye Control, or like, I guess Blue-Eye Control is taking Teferi here, but like, this is good in non-mono white decks. And it's really, really good for us. It'll be one of our better cards. So, as much as I do love Factory, I'm still going to take this and hope this wheels. Okay, now we have Legion's Landing. I don't think we want Marsh Flats or Condemn. So I'll just take this. It would probably come around, but I really would like it, and there's not much else that we're missing out on. Nice. Very, very happy to get Swords to Plowshares. If Sun Titan wheels, it'll be an okay sideboard option, but this looks great. We are getting more blue in this direction, worth noting. So like we could be picking up like Force of Negation, Signet, some nice stuff there, but I'm pretty happy with where we ended up. All right, very happy to get a Figure of Destiny here. That is an elite 1-drop. Maybe we can wheel the Linvala, which would be a good sideboard option, but certainly taking this here. Oh, man. Gideon versus Jite. That is very, very tough. Those are both among the best cards we could have gotten. Jite definitely won't come around, and Gideon could. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 2 cards are coming back. I think I'm taking the Jite here. It's possible Jite is just better. I mean, it really depends on what we're playing against. If we play against 3 creature decks, I'll definitely want the Jite. If we play against a bunch of control, Gideon is better. But we also have no fast mana. If we had like Mana Crypt, that makes Gideon significantly better. We don't have Stoneforge either, but I still think I'm taking Jite here and really, really hoping Gideon comes around. Okay, I think I'm taking Oust here. I don't love Revelark in this sort of deck. I mean, it's sort of cool in like combo decks, but it's not great in mono white. And Oust is really good in some matchups. It's worse than Dismember and Swords to Plowshares, so I'm not going to main deck it, but there'll be some matchups where we're getting to bring in another cheap removal spell is great. Okay, there's a Skull Clamp, but we don't have the Spectral Procession. I think I'm just taking Silverblade Paladin here. Yeah, we'll go with that. I love the way Double Strike works with the Jite. Okay, nice. The Blade Splicer wheeled like we were pretty sure it would, but it's still good to see it happen. Ooh, nice. Very happy to see this coming around. Banishing Light is fine, and there's some matchups where I would definitely want it out of the board, if nothing else, but Factory is a very, very strong upgrade. Now, Condemn Wield, wow, we could have such good removal. Oust, Condemn, Swords, and Dismember, all as 1 mana removal spells. With that plus the GTA, I think we are very well set up against creature decks. We could struggle a little bit against control decks that are playing board sweepers, so hopefully we can dodge that. Sun Titan is okay. All right, next one's the big one. If Gideon comes around, this deck will be amazing. If Gideon doesn't come around, it'll be amazing against a lot of matchups. Oh, whoops, I counted the pack wrong. This is the Linvala pack, but that did wheel, which is great. And hopefully a good sign. Yes! Okay, wow. That paid off so well. Getting Jite and Gideon out of the same pack that late is very, very nice. So now that by far the best thing we could pick up would be some fast mana. Well, ask and you shall receive. That's awesome. Soul Ring is significantly worse than a Mox Pearl in this deck, but still very nice. Yeah, that's sweet. We can take this and wheel Hero. I would potentially play Hero, Bladehold, and Ravagers of War, but obviously not going to pass a Soul Ring for either of those. And then we get past a Strip Mine. That's beautiful. Wouldn't mind a Probe or a Sword of Body in mind. And then Baneslayer and Winds of Abandon could be sideboard options, but Strip Mine is honestly one of the better cards we could have gotten. We already have 18 spells that I think are pretty much uncuttable. I guess like maybe we could cut some of our anti-creature stuff like Parallax Wave, but we yeah, I'm not really any land that we could take that would upgrade our mana base would be a higher pick than almost any spell. So we'll definitely take Strip Mine. Alright, this pack is not great for us. Elspeth is an okay sideboard option if we need to go bigger. Island of Obstruction is just pretty weak. Like, that's the kind of card that I can play it, and it's not like the end of the world because it's a 2-drop that can attack, but it's one of the worst 2-drops. I think I'm just taking Relic here because this is a genuinely great sideboard option against Reanimator, which will be one of our tougher matchups. And then we can wheel one of the 2 white cards. Yeah, that seems good. In another life, we'd be slamming this Teferi and celebrating, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Okay, pretty easy Caracas here. Selfless Spirit is quite a bit better than Eidolon of Obstruction, and I would love to play it, and it'll probably wheel, and then I probably will play it, but you know what I said earlier, Caracas is a land, and so it's free. Ooh, love me a Tithe. I don't mind Monastery Mentor either in some decks, but Mana Tithe I think is better. It's just cheaper, which is really important. Flicker Wisp and Gideon. What combos do we have with Flicker Wisp? It's good with Skyclave Apparition, Blade Splicer, can be good with Thalia, good with Thraben Inspector. I think I'd rather just take the Gideon here. This might wheel, but Gideon just hits harder, and it's equally easy to cast, so we'll go with that. It is awkward with Thalia and Vrynwing there, but I think it's still good enough. Ooh. Right now we only have 1 equipment. This is a really tough decision, actually. Are we going to get any more equipment? Path is so good, but it's at an all-time low in this deck because we have so many other similar cards. I think I'm going to take the Stoneforge. I'm pretty sure there's 1 sword that might wheel, in which case this would be great, and we have 1 more pack that has a fresh look at one. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. I'm taking sword over almost anything here. Ooh, wouldn't mind Benevolent Bodyguard, but definitely taking Mutavault. All right, Ravages versus Hero of Bladehold. I think I like the Hero a little bit more. It wins the game so quickly. Okay, I'm definitely not taking Winds of Abandon because we already have so much removal. I can just take Baneslayer, which is a great sideboard option. All right, now are we playing the Eidolon? We actually might. Yeah, we actually have very few 2-drops. I guess I will take the Eidolon. I'm not enthusiastic about it, but we do need to fill out our curve. Okay, Selfless Spirit, happy that came around. All right, so it looks like the Stoneforge isn't making the cut, so I regret not taking the path, which would be a slight upgrade over some of the stuff we have, but not that big of a deal. So right now, we want probably 16 lands, although maybe 15 with the Soul Ring. So we actually do need to bring in some more spells. We can play, I think, Oust. And then, do we want to like main deck a Linvala or a Mentor? I guess I'll bring in Mentor. I don't think it's worth playing Stoneforge with only one GT to find, although it still wouldn't be unreasonable. And I'll definitely bring in Stoneforge in matchups where GT is like a totally game-winning card. Oh, nice. Flicker Wisp is a really nice wheel. I'd much rather play that over the Mentor, and then I'll actually bring in the Field of Ruin in some matchups, but I'll start with that on the board. We do have both Student of Warfare and Figure of Destiny, which does make colorless lands have more of a cost than they would normally be. Okay, so do we want to play 15 lands plus Soul Ring as our mana sources in this deck? I think that's fine. Let's see, we could also cut Mentor for land, or cut Mentor for Parallax Wave, or cut Mentor for main deck Relic. I actually think I will make this exchange. Well, Mentor is pretty good. I guess it's weird to play Mentor alongside both Rinringmare and Thalia, but I think it's still worth it. Although I guess with so many man lands, that makes me kind of want to like Strip Mine basically doesn't count as a land. We're going to be just using it almost immediately most of the time. And these are both sort of spells. Yeah, I guess I'll cut the Mentor for one more land, which could probably be a Field of Ruin at that point. No, I'll just play one more Plains. And we could Flood. This is a relatively high number of mana sources. I really wish I had Namiria's Call, but I think this is how we want to run it. Yeah, we'll do it like this. I will see you in round one. All right, here we are for round one. We're playing Saved by God 90. Interesting name. We have one lander that's really close to being good. I think I'm going to keep it on the draw. I'm very happy right now that we did decide to play the extra land. They play a Thraben Inspector. Okay. Drawing a land there is nice, so we can just hold up Mana Tithe, hopefully snag something good. If they just crack the Clue, I don't think I'm going to dismember this end of turn, but that would be very annoying. Dread or Darkness. Okay, that's not scary yet, but I'm going to Mana Tithe it because we aren't going to have a good window to do that again for a while. They accidentally misclicked and didn't play their thing. I'm just going to play Plains here, play around Wasteland. We're not going to be attacking with Mutavault next turn. So I'll play that, and then I don't really mind if they kill this since we do have the Gideon in hand. Next turn we can play Flicker Wisp to kill their Clue. Flame Slash. Okay, that's fine. Wow. What mana screw. So I'm going to play Mutavault first because that means we can attack for 3 next turn if we really need to. So we play that, and then Flicker Wisp, take out their Clue. So far it's just been a bunch of 1-for-1 trades. The Thraben Inspector presented a potential 2-for-1, but not anymore. So we don't know what their deck is, but they're down to 3 cards, and our hand is very good. And we have 2 man lands, so I think we should be in pretty good shape against most things they could be doing. No, I'm not going to trade here. We'll take the 1. Ooh, I don't like seeing blue mana, although I do like that they played it tapped. So we'll attack for 3 to start. And then we'll just jam this Gideon. All right, I like our position. I mean, they could... Yeah, I don't really know what the blue is for. Hopefully they're just splashing like Time Walk or something and they're not playing a twin combo or something like that. Although I guess with a Dismember... Yeah, I mean, if we're ahead on board and life and holding Dismember plus Council's Judgment, that seems pretty good. Ooh, okay. Well, fire is good against Flickerwisp, that's for sure. Do they have another burn spell to kill the Gideon? Pestermite. Okay. Then they tap down the Knight. Oh, no, untap. Okay. They could go Time Walk, untap, Splinter Twin. Okay, that's totally fine. Gideon goes down to 2. Don't mind that. Then we go. I'm just going to main phase dismember this just to be safe. Nice. And then we can play Blade Splicer. Make another Knight. And now the ground is very clogged up. They could play like a flyer, like a Glorybringer or a Thundermaw. But I think we're in really good shape against most things they could have here. They also cannot play Brazen Borrower yet, which is nice because that could pressure Gideon very well. Chandra. Okay, that doesn't do much. Wait, what do they hit with the Chandra? Oh, Firebolt? Okay. So... We have a few options here. We could just go Council Judgment the Thraben Inspector and then attack them. Yeah, that's probably actually right. I don't love... It is a waste of the Council's Judgment, but they have no cards. I think this is right. This just means that we don't have to get in any weird situation where Thraben Inspector is better than it seems like it should be at protecting the Chandra. And I do think it's worth it to take out the Chandra. Oh, they just concede. All right, pretty sweet. So they're playing like Jeskai Twin. If their mana comes together, this could actually be a pretty tough matchup. They're just doing similar stuff to us, but going bigger. But we had a very good draw there. So I don't think we want Condemn. Unfortunately, we don't have any like Oust is much worse than Path here if they're playing the twin combo. I kind of like Linvala, which does shut down the combo. We could bring in that and cut maybe Oust. Oust is good against Dreadhorde Arcanist, though. No, I think Oust is fine. I actually kind of want to cut a land on the draw. We are bringing in a 4-drop, but we're also on the draw. I think that's fine, yeah. All right, here we are for game 2 on the draw. I'll keep this. Not having a 1-drop is annoying, but Jite is very good, and we have a good mix of lands and spells. If we draw any 1-drop, I will rejoice, but even if we don't, I think this is fine. Jite can break up the combo fairly well, although it does take a little bit of setup. Our hand isn't broken by any means, so if they have a really good draw, then it'll be tough, but I think we're in a good spot. Oh, our opponent's a fan of the channel. That's awesome to see. I love playing against people who know the channel. It's always a good time, and I hope we have a good game 2 here. Oof. Well, Black Lotus isn't what I wanted to see. So when I said that we could handle a normal draw but not a broken draw, this is sort of what I was talking about. Turn 1 Thalia. It's a pretty strong line. It's a lot less strong against us than it is against most players, but still not bad. So the question is if we want to play Vanguard or Selfless Beard on turn 2. Vanguard can hold back Thalia, but I don't love the idea of playing a bunch of life. Grim Lavamancer. Oof. That's really good against us. I think I'm just going Mutavault into the Vanguard here. Okay, so if they attack, we can block and pay 4 life. In response, they shoot it with the Grim Lavamancer. In response, we pay 4 life again, falling to 10. Am I comfortable doing that? I think the answer is yes, actually. Because that also forces them to like use mana and use their graveyard, and then we have life gain in the form of GT in our hand. So basically, we're paying 8 life to soak up 2 damage, take up 1 mana, and trade with Athalia, which I think is fine. They could have another removal spell, which would be bad. Actually, no, they can't with Athalia in play. So now we're way behind on life, but we're even on board and way ahead on cards in hand. They missed a land drop. A few options here. We could go strip mine their plateau, hit for 3, play Jite, or we could just play Blade Splicer. I think I like playing the Jite though, because if we have a Jite in play, like they can't kill our Adante Vanguard, so we're very likely to get the hit in. It does give them an extra card in the graveyard for the Lavamancer, but if they're missing land drops, that's less good for them. Interesting question from the opponent. And I will attack here. I'm not going to leave this back to block. I mean, yeah, they can. If they attack for 1 with the Grim Lavamancer, that's not that threatening. I will be curious though to see people in the comments respond what you think was the right play there, because our opponent just brought attention to it as an interesting decision, which is certainly true. It does look like, I mean, I think we're probably going to win this game, but that's not necessarily because that play was wrong on their part. I mean, our draws just lined up very well. So I'll equip here, attack for 3. They'll shoot this, but then we'll pay the 4 life. Oh, that just goes through. Okay. Well, I'm just going to immediately kill this so that we can play our Figure of Destiny, and they can't kill that. If they shoot our Adonto Vanguard, I think I'm just going to give this +2/+2. I don't want to go to 6 here. I guess if we paid 4 life, it would really be going to 8, but this seems fine. Then we'll play out this, and the Figure of Destiny is actually really good here because it's another attacker. So even if they can kill our Dante Vanguard, then we'll be able to get GT counters. And as long as we're getting GT counters, we're not going to lose this matchup. This card just completely wins any creature matchup. Flame Slash the Figure of Destiny. Okay. Now we can play Vryn Wingmare, which will really make it hard for them to get back into this. I mean, what they really needed is like an Abrade or like a way to kill the GT. But the Vryn Wingmare will make it very hard for them to do that. Well, looks like we are able to take down match 1. Our opponent has an interesting deck and is a really nice person, so fun to play against them. I hope they have a good rest of their league. We are 1-0-2-0. Good start, and I'll see you in round 2. All right, here we are for round 2 against the Chaos Lemur. Really interesting name. We will definitely keep this hand. It's phenomenal. Multiple 1-mana interactive spells. Thalia on turn 2. Depending on what they do, it's unlikely that I play the Giver of Runes here because I would like to get use out of one of these spells before playing the Thalia if possible, but we'll see what they do. They're playing a 1-drop. Elves of Deep Shadow. Okay, I think I'm just gonna pass holding up the plains then. Ideally they tap out for a 3-drop that we can tithe, but if they just attack for 1, then we can just Swords the Elves end of turn. I'm not gonna do it now. They might play a 2-drop post combat. In which case that would be poor sequencing on their part, but it's definitely possible. Play channel, play channel, play channel. Hey, another person who knows the channel. So no play there. I'm just going to play the swords here. It's not the best use of swords, but I think I do want to curve out a bit here, especially if we're about to play Thalia and taxing their mana. Okay, drawing a land there is quite good. So we'll play the Thalia and pass back. Now they could just go like Dryad of the Elysian Grove, which would be very bad. But hopefully they have like, okay, nice, no play. That's excellent. Vanguard. Would you rather go Vanguard or Vanguard plus Giver or Blade Splicer? I think Vanguard plus Giver is better. Getting the Giver of Runes into play seems pretty valuable. They're both putting 4 power onto the board, but well, maybe Blade Splicer is good. No, I think getting the Giver down is good because this lets us pressure Planeswalkers very well. We can like say they play a Garruk or whatever. We can just give something unblockable and swing through that way. Polukranos. Okay, that's really good against us. I wish I could have manatized that. Well, I also wish I had Swords Plowshare still. I guess we just go. I mean, do we even play anything? I guess I'll just play Eidolon and pass. That's really bad though. That Polukranos is a beating. So we need to really hope that they go for the monstrous soon, and we can like use Giver of Runes to protect something. But I mean, you can see this card just rocks 1 toughness creatures, and we have a lot. Cultivate. All right, I'll manatide that. Dismember off the top. Come on, dismember 1 time. Or oust. Silverblade Paladin's actually also quite good. So I'll play that, pair it with the Adonto Vanguard, and attack for 6. And so that is a 2-turn clock. So they have to do something pretty soon. They also missed the land drop. Rafellos. Well, that's good. That's actually very good because Polukranos is quite scary now. Jite. Oh, man. That's so frustrating. If we... because of the Thalia, we cannot use the Jite this turn, which means that we can't kill the Rafellos. So we just attack for 6. We cannot attack with the Silverblade, unfortunately. Actually, we could just attack... How does it look if we just attack with everything this turn? Except the Giver. Assuming they want to keep the Rafellos around, they could eat the Silverblade and take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, go to 2. And then we could even save our Silverblade. So then they're at 2, but then they can monstrous this thing for... Oh, they just... Whoa. Okay. Seemed a little bit preemptive, but... We were ahead, but... I'm not sure... I mean, yeah, that Polukranos could put in a lot of good work. Well, we are up a game, I guess. We're playing against mostly mono green. I don't know what the red is for. Red and 6 is a beating, so hopefully they don't have that. I want Linvala here. And then Baneslayer and Parallax Wave are both reasonable options. If this was a Lyra, I would definitely bring it in because then it would be good with Linvala. Okay, what changes? Or what do we cut? I think Parallax Wave is actually quite good against them. But I don't think we bring in Baneslayer then, on the draw especially. We can cut... All of these 3s honestly look pretty good. So do the 4s. Maybe just Eidolon of Obstruction and a land then. Although we did bring in 2 4-drops. So I don't love cutting a land. Mana Tithe is still good, I think. Linval is so good. I don't think we cut that. Vryn Wingmare and Thalia aren't at their best against green decks, but I think they're still probably worth it. Although maybe not. Actually, maybe I'd cut Thalia. We're on the draw. Yeah, I think on the play I'll bring this back in, but on the draw, like, they'll be ahead on mana, and it makes Parallax Wave worse, which is one of our best cards. Yeah, I think I'll do it like this. Yeah, we will submit. Huh. Well, this hand has a lot of mana. I think I'm still going to keep it, though. Swords to Plowshares is one of our best cards. Giver of Runes is also quite nice. And we're playing a low enough land count that I think and we're a little bit unlikely to just continue drawing lands. It still could happen. Hopefully it doesn't. Elves of Deep Shadow. I'm not going to take that out on turn 1. Drawing land there is obviously, or specifically Basic Plains, worst draw in the deck by a lot. Caracas, Strip Mine, those would have been fine. Well, they're ramping here. That makes up the mulligan. It's got 2 forests, okay. Well, this is setting up to be a little bit more controlling than I would like, but it's fine. I'm still not going to Swords to Plowshares this elf. I think we're going to try and save our removal spells for their bigger threats. If we had a really aggressive draw, we could potentially go after their mana, but here I think we just need to go after their top end. Yavimaya Elder. Well, it's annoying that they have mana to crack that. We can do something sort of slick here, actually. Ooh, Mana Tithe. Actually, Tithe is bad against the Monolith. Huh. Well, if we play the Council's Judgment... Yeah, this actually works fine, I think. So we play Council's Judgment. If they don't sack this immediately, then we can just vote for this, and that's a good trade for us. Okay, that happens. Alternatively, they could have tapped the Monolith to sack this. But then their Monolith is tapped, and this is gone, and then we can just vote for the Elf. But they can't respond to our vote, so they cannot crack after seeing that we voted for that. So we'll take that out and hit them for 1. I don't love that exchange, but I think it's worth it. That card's a 3 for 1, and cutting them off of that seems good. Primeval Titan. Well, we do have another answer, but we really need to hope they play land this turn. If they have 2 spells in hand, that would be bad. Oh man, they have Raging Ravine. Oh geez, and they missed a land drop, so they do have 2 spells. Okay, I don't think we can win. Skyclave Apparition is okay. So we go land, swords this. And then I'm just going to play... Actually, yeah, we can go Skyclave Apparition, take out their elf, I guess. I was going to say we can play Flicker Wisp and hold up Mana Tithe, but I don't think holding up Mana Tithe is that valuable here. This still takes them off of 1 mana, and then next turn we can Flicker Wisp to flicker our Skyclave Apparition and take out another thing. Okay, animating Raging Ravine is fine. I mean, it's actually a little bit... that does win the race right now, but it's less scary than them playing something big. Well, that was bad. We are flooding, so we will attack for 3. I think that's right. We're gonna go for the race here. If they keep on animating Raging Ravine, that's fine. So I'm gonna flicker their Raging Ravine so they lose their counter. And then pass. And we're hitting for 6. So we killed them in 3 turns. They hit us for 4, then 5, then 6. So we both have each other on exactly a 3-turn clock, and they get to swing first. But their clock would require them using 5 mana every turn, and ours doesn't require any mana, so we're more likely to draw things that help us. Karn. Okay, that's not very scary. They make a dude, sure. Bird is actually a little bit annoying, because it means we can't easily kill the Karn in the air. Hero of Bladeholder is good, though. We could just give our Flicker Wisp protection from green. The other question is, am I okay trading Skyclave Apparition for the construct? There's a few options. So yeah, there's 3 real options in terms of attack. We could just give this protection from green and kill the Karn. Leave this back to block. We could also attack Karn with both of these and not use the Giver. And then they could block like that to protect their Karn, but then they lose both their creatures and we lose nothing. Or they let Karn die. And then we still have Giver of Runes available. I guess there's the 2 main options. I think it's slightly better just to attack their Karn with both. If they keep the Karn for 1 turn, that's not that big of a deal. And if they lose their board to keep their Karn and then use the Karn to replace half of their board, that doesn't seem that bad for us. And I think this is better than just attacking and tapping our Giver because we can hold off the Raging Ravine now. Okay, so they do decide to save their Karn. Sure. This is one of those situations where Giver of Runes is better than Mother of Runes, so worth noting that. That isn't a mom, yep. So I'm going to hold this Plains in case... Actually, is there anything that would make us need to hold this Plains? We don't have Armageddon or anything. No, I'll just play it out then because they could have Wheel of Fortune. And then we'll play the Hero of Bladehold, which actually... And then, yeah, the Hero of Bladehold means we have a really quick clock. We could actually almost kill them next turn. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, all right. That's game. So, pretty smooth sailing so far. We are 4-0 in games. I'll see you in the finals. This would be number 34. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to be the leader, but I've been climbing pretty steadily, and I'd like to make at least top 5, so hopefully we can make some good headway towards that. All right, here we are for the finals, and we are on the draw with an absolutely phenomenal hand. If we were on the play, then I think we would be almost a lock to win. I know that's a little bit cocky, but this hand is just phenomenal. Now, do we want to hold up Mana Tithe or play Figure? I think I'm just going to play the Figure of Destiny here. If they play a Signet, I'll wish that I had held up the Tithe, but it's just as likely that they could just pass, in which case I'll have really wanted to establish some pressure. Bloodstained Mire. Interesting. Okay, no play. Happy we did what we did. So we'll play Plains and attack for 1. And then Thalia. There's some situations where you want to play a different 2-drop before Thalia, but it's so exceptionally rare that it's not. I mean, yeah, there's no consideration of playing a Dante Vanguard there, I think, in my opinion. Do they have a Bolt? Well, okay. They did have Lightning Bolt, which is unfortunate. That's the worst thing for us that they could have had. So it looks like Jeskai Control. Could be a really, really rough matchup. Bolt, Snap Bolt just absolutely dismantles creature decks like mine. Embereth, Shieldbreaker, Hardcast. Okay, that's not very scary. In fact, I think I want to oust that just to mess up their draw step. Yeah, I think this is the right play. We'll oust this, play Danto Vanguard, and hit for 1. I don't think oust will be good in this matchup, so I think just slowing them down a bit and making it so that we're way ahead on board seems good. And now hopefully they feel pressure to tap out. If they don't tap out, we don't need to play Gideon. We can just hit for a lot, for 7 actually. And if they do tap out for something, then we can play Gideon, which would be really good. Chandra. Okay, so that's not very scary. We can kill that. I guess they just minus kill the Figure of Destiny. Sure. Skyclave Apparition is a good one, but we're going to play Gideon here. Make a dude. Kill Chandra. And pass. Now, we really need them to not have Fractured Identity. I mean, even if they have that, we do have Skyclave Apparition, but... Okay, they're just replaying this. That seems fun. And passing. Okay, I'm going to go... I think I'm just going to take this out with the Skyclave here. So we go Soul Ring. Skyclave Apparition. and then hit for 10, and they're dead next turn, and we're holding up Mana Tithe. That seems great. So they really need land board sweeper, and then even if they do that, we can hit them for 8, and they're probably chump blocking with a 2/2 they get from this. All right, very, very smooth game 1. Like I said, I actually do think this will be a bad matchup for us. Like Bolt and Chandra are both very good against our deck, but being up a game is a good place to start. So they're playing Jeskai Control. None of our sideboard seems very good, our white cards, but we could bring in the Relic. Potentially over the Oust. Yeah, I think I like that plan. We don't know their deck that well, and I could imagine regretting this if they bring in like Baneslayer Angel type stuff, but we still have Swords plus Dismember, and Relic will be good against like other stuff they could have, and it also cantrips. Yeah, I think that seems alright. Do we want Field of Ruin? Yeah, actually on the draw, I'll bring in Field of Ruin over 1 Plains because they do have Colonnade at least. And they also could have other stuff too. It's ironic that our opponent's name is Warrior of the Light and they have a Gideon here. But we're the one playing the 1 mana 2/1s. Alright. This is a good hand to lead off game 2, so we'll keep it. We have our sideboard change, so we'll see if this would be better or worse than an Oust. Plateau go. They're also on a mulligan. Jite is a fine draw. We're definitely leading on the Giver here. Do they have the Bolt? Well, that's not great. Oh, man. Well, actually, no. Relic is good against that, too. I was going to say it's sad that we don't have the Oust to deal with that, but Relic deals with that quite well as well. Then do we want to play Jite for mana efficiency or just play the Relic? I think just playing the Relic is better. And I'm going to play the Factory so we have that as an attacker if we need it, if they play a Planeswalker. So we'll exile their Lightning Bolt and pass. I think I'm not going to crack my Relic end of turn here. We could do that, but they have something that uses the graveyard in play, and we have a good play lined up for next turn either way. I think I'm going to play Vryn Wingmare over the Skyclave here. Caracas is a good draw. Actually, it's not a good draw, but it's way better than the Plains. I think I am going to play it here, actually. No, we don't want to play it, because I would love it if they tapped out for, like, some legend that we could just bounce easily. So we'll cast this. Hopefully they don't have a counter. If they do, we can just exile it with the Relic. Alright. This does mean we can't go play and equip Jite next turn, but that's not too bad. We could just go either Skyclave or just play Jite and not equip, and that's not that bad. They attack for 1, sure. No other play, alright. Well, we'll attack for 2. Oh, wait. It actually might have been correct to animate the Factory there, too. Oh, they're making a play. Okay. Restoration Angel. Yikes. Okay, that's really bad. So they eat our Vryn Wingmare. Then we can play Skyclave that person, exile their Angel, but that's still really good value for them. So I'll play... Yeah, I'll just play Plains and play Skyclave. Now, do we want to exile our own creatures with Relic? They don't have Scavenging Ooze. They don't have any Reanimator stuff. Elspeth Conquers Death only gets their graveyard. I don't think it matters at all either way. Well, now we'll definitely just exile their Polluted Delta. Glenlundra. Okay, that is not too bad. Well, it actually is a little bit annoying because we can exile it with a relic, so that's some good value for us. But it could stop our GT. They are down to 1 card though. Council's Judgment. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go Council's Judgment, trade with the Glen, exile their Glen, and then play GT. Or actually no, just play Selfless Spirit. That seems better. So land, Council's Judgment. They counter. Relic has put in some great work this game. I'm very, very happy it's not an Alice, actually. We ate a bolt that they could have cast for free with the Dreadhorde and the Glen, and it's still in play. And worst comes to worst, it can just draw a card later. I'll play the Spirit and pass. And the next turn we can play and equip the GT and start getting in. They can just animate the Colonnade to hit for 4 if they want. Oh, they're playing 6 mana? Alright, well... Now we really, really need to draw a removal spell. We can save our Skyclave Apparition, but that's quite bad. Man, Inferno Titan is a beating for our deck to deal with. Maybe that means we want Oust again, although that's still just such a bad exchange. And they just get it back again so soon. Swords. Field of Ruin. Okay, well... I'll crack this. Legion's Landing. How do we beat this Inferno Titan? If we play and equip the Skyclave and attack, that's just so bad. They get a 4/4. Yeah, that just doesn't do anything good for us. We can play the Field of Ruin to kill the Colonnade. I really wish this was a legend. Although even if it was, that wouldn't be that good for us. I guess we just take the hit this turn and pass. I don't think playing the GT accomplishes anything. They didn't see it last game. Yeah, they didn't see it last game. Yeah, I'm just going to pass. And then if we draw swords in the next 2 draw steps... If we draw it next turn, I think we're maybe winning. If we draw it in 2 turns, we could maybe survive. And if it's deeper than that, then we're dead. So they kill the Skyclave, hit us for 1. We could animate the factory to block, but I think I'm just basically all in on drawing a removal spell here, in which case I'd rather have the factory in play, so I'll just take this 9. And then end of turn, we'll pop the Field of Ruin. Do we have anything else? Let's see. Council Judgment would do it as well. Oh, but that's gone. Dismember sort of does it. Actually, Dismember would do it. It wouldn't be great, but we could win if we draw Dismember. And then... Actually, no, we're paying 4 life too? Probably not. Honestly, it probably is just Swords or Bust. Which is not great odds. Oh! What am I talking about? Guaranteed to have it. Wow, that was beautiful. So, we go... We don't have enough to... Man, now we're actually suffering for not having the GT in play. Although, actually not that much. So we go... Plains, cast Swords to Plowshares. Okay, actually, yeah, this is totally fine. We play this, and then we play and equip GT to it. Pass turn. No! That's very frustrating. Wow, we top decked the one thing we. I mean, I can't really complain. We top decked the one thing we needed, and then they just. Yeah, I mean, now we're certainly dead. So that's really annoying. Deck Faden is good to know about. I might just cut the GTA actually because it's not that good against them, and it's so unbelievably good against us. Yeah, I think that's actually a reasonable play. We still have 2 artifacts, but that's fine. I'm just gonna bring the Oust back in. Yeah, we'll run it like this. For the finals, that was our first game loss. I'm not asking for much. I just want to go turn 1 Soul Ring, turn 2 Gideon. His hand does not have Soul Ring or Gideon. Or a 1-drop. Actually, it does have a Gideon. I think I'm still going to keep it, though. It's definitely bad, but Adonto Vanguard is amazing, and we have like a pretty aggressive curve to follow it up. Inferno Titan is so good against us, but this hand might be able to win before they can get out that high on mana. Alright, Plains go. I don't anticipate using this Dismember on turn 1. It's technically possible. I guess they could play like Grim Lavamancer. Okay, I don't mind drawing a Plains, so we got Plains, Vanguard, and this is Bolt Proof. They are representing having a Lightning Bolt, of course. Ooh, that is not the line you should be taking there, my friend. Especially when you're already on a mulligan. I mean, maybe they're going to go like Land, Mox, Rabblemaster and start pressuring our life total. They're not. So I think we have a lot of options here, actually. Silverblade Paladin hits for the most damage immediately, but I think I'm just going to play the Gideon because it's more resilient, and it also, I mean, I don't think it matters that much, but it does gain us some life. I guess, yeah, the most compelling reason to do this is that it's at 5 now, so it's getting close towards being able to exile something. No play. That's good for us. So we go Plains, Silverblade. I'm going to pair it with the Adonto Vanguard. It does more damage with the Gideon, but then it'll get unpaired immediately at the end of our turn, and I'd rather keep this paired. Plus, the Adonto Vanguard is indestructible. And I guess, I mean, even gain 6 life, which, again, doesn't matter that much, but could. So we're attacking for 10 here. They're pretty likely to have something. They could have Restoration Angel, but we have Dismember for that. Okay, sure. Go to 7. And like a Board Sweeper does nothing here. Restoration Angel. Yep. I'm not going to kill that now because I just don't care. Glorybringer. Okay, well, that is why we wait. There's a part of me that wants to let them attack because it will... I mean, they have worse information for the Restoration Angel, but we definitely don't want to let them get the Exert trigger, so we'll just do this, and then that should just be game. Yeah, I think they're just dead on board. Not even counting our 2 removal spells in hand. And opponent had a good draw here. They were on the draw, but it was Bolt, turn 1 Bolt, turn 2 Signet, turn 3 Resto, turn 4 Glorybringer. That's a good curve. I can understand why the opponent's a little bit annoyed. So they're already dead, but I'm just going to play another Gideon because I can. All right, pretty sweet. So this was our deck. It was very, very good. We absolutely cruised through the first 2 rounds and did drop one game in round 3, but this deck was really good. It wasn't the best mono white deck I've ever. It might have. Well, yeah, it was actually among the best mono white decks I've ever made. I'm sure it's not number one. It didn't have a good Stoneforge package, and it didn't have any Moxen, but it did have Soul Ring for power, a great mana base with 4 valuable utility lands, a good low curve, both Thalia and Burning Mare, great cheap creature removal. Relic was huge at one point. Just a really good deck overall. A lot of fun. Is also, I mean, always interesting. This is the case normally when I play mono white, but a little interesting that we were all in on blue red with like our good fixing and whatnot, the Jace and everything, and that did not last for too long, but we got the trophy, so a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I know I enjoyed recording it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.